Are you relying on caffeine to get you through your next workout? Well, you might want to reconsider. Hey, what's going on? I'm Coach Brian here with Criticalbench.com. I'm a certified strength coach. I'm also a certified sports nutritionist from the ISSN. And I'm just doing a little bit of my reading, as I usually do, in a book. That's a Dwight Goodman reference. So, talking about caffeine. I love caffeine. I'm not here to bash caffeine, but if you're trying to rely on caffeine, whether it's a form of coffee, caffeine pills, or some kind of other derivative of caffeine, for your strength and power workout, you might want to reconsider. So I'm flipping through a book right here. It's called Sports Nutrition and Performance Enhancing Supplements by Dr. Abby Smith Ryan, and Dr. Antonio. I studied under Dr. Antonio when I was in grad school. He was my nutrition professor. He is also the founder of the ISSN and also one of the on the board of the NSCA. So I'm just going to quickly give you a snapshot of the effects of caffeine supplementation on strength and power performance. Again, this is science-based. This is not anecdotal evidence. This is not done with your own testing. I like taking caffeine, whether it's in the pill form or taking caffeine through coffee or sometimes in an energy drink. But if I go energy drink, it's going to be organic. It's going to be all natural, and it's not going to be all that garbage that's out there. So real quick, one study concluded that caffeine was more likely to have an ergogenic impact, a more productive impact on the number of repetitions completed during exercise than on muscular strength as measured by 1 rep max. So in other words, it's going to help you get those last few reps. So if you're going for a high intensity muscle fatigue or endurance type of training, then yeah, caffeine is going to have its effect. But if you're going for 1 rep max, it might not be as beneficial as you think. Here's another study. Caffeine has been shown to increase the number of repetitions to failure in bench press, leg extension. However, not all studies have resulted in similar findings, showing that there's no benefit to caffeine repetitions to failure in bench press, knee extension, and flexion. Wait, did those they just contradict each other? Yeah, that's what science does. It's constantly contradicting each other. So that's why you have to read all the research. Not just, if I stopped with that first research, you'd be like, all right, cool, I'll take caffeine and my reps will increase. Well, not always. An overwhelming majority of data reveals that caffeine does not enhance bench press 1RM, leg press 1RM, or leg extension 1RM. That's fact. Now, let's go a little bit further into the next paragraph here. The factors of training level and prior technique experience are of particular importance when considering the influence of caffeine on strength and power performance. Now, athletes may have greater motivation to perform highly intense exercise and tend to have more consistent performances with caffeine. Studies have also examined resistance-trained subjects that have training backgrounds that have been described as recreational activity, football, basketball, resistance training, Olympic lifting. The training history, okay, blah, blah, blah. The inclusion of larger pool of resistance-trained individuals that have a longer training history and have adequate exercise technique experience may help to reduce the variability. Oh, well, that didn't really give me much. So I was let down a little bit by that. But here's a cool summary of studies examining the effects of caffeine on repetitions to failure. Improvements, 11% improvement, 2.1%, 10%, no difference at all, none, and a lot of this was recreational trained. Caffeine dosage is roughly 6 milligrams per kilogram body weight, down to 2. Yeah. In other words, caffeine does work, but it also doesn't work. It just depends on what you're going for, who's taking it, how much you're taking. A lot goes around taking caffeine. Now, I'm not saying caffeine's bad. Again, if you watch the beginning of this video, caffeine is good. I find it helpful for my body and my style of training. Now, there's a chapter of caffeine responders versus non-responders. Not everybody responds to caffeine the same. If you're addicted to caffeine, if you're taking caffeine on certain, if it's surrounding food, the different types of training level and how you adjust to your training level given other variables. So caffeine does work, but if you're relying only on caffeine to get you through your workout, you're missing the mark. You need to be looking at everything surrounding caffeine. Sleep, hydration, training level, the exercise or the training style that you're going for. If you're just going to the gym 2-3 times a week, putzing around for 40 to 50 minutes on elliptical, doing some arm curls, doing some crunches. By the way, don't do crunches. Caffeine's not gonna be beneficial to you. It might just give you like that little bit of alertness, which is okay, but it's not gonna actually increase your performance. Now, there's gonna be some people that are gonna argue with me. Don't argue with me, just share it in a civil, adult-friendly conversation. Post your feedback below, ask your questions below. Let's have an adult conversation on if you think caffeine works, how you take it, how it doesn't work for you, whatever it is. Let's just get an open forum going down under this video. So that's it. Again, I take caffeine in the form of coffee, but every once in a while I'll pop a couple caffeine pills. There's nothing wrong with taking caffeine pills. Just make sure that you're not taking them for the wrong purposes. I surround mine. I use mine surrounding exercise for longer runs, for high intensity training. Moral of the story is caffeine works, but it also doesn't, depending on what you're looking for. So thanks for watching. I want you to do one thing. Actually, two things. Click here to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Second thing to do is watch this video because it's going to help you with your training. Give us a thumbs up, drop us a comment below. That's it. See you in the next video. Coach Brian here with Critical Bench. Have a good one.